Yes!
And
Woo!
good.
Hello, E.
Hello, E.
This is the first time I
Is
did
that
a
good?
movie. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On the Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are ya?
Robbie, I'm doing great, especially the fact that when the X-Men movies are on, it brightens my night, you know? It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, you were really enjoying that movie earlier, so yeah.
Awesome. Still playing now, actually, if you'd
Yeah.
like to know. Which
Where
I'm
is it
sure
at?
you don't want to know, but it's playing on this TV that's right there. So, ooh, Magneto. Hey, Magneto. Okay. Sorry.
Focus. So anyway, good to be back with you. I know we were off last week, but for this episode, since it is come and gone since our last episode, we are going to do the On a Couch Talking Sports Super Bowl recap. That's right, recapping Super Bowl 49, which was held a couple weeks ago, and I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're pretty fired up because our hometown New England Patriots took home Super Bowl 49 with a 28-24 victory over the Seattle Seahawks, and what was probably one of the best Super Bowls in the last few years, at least, Kyle.
Yeah, honestly, I think this might have been arguably the best Super Bowl I've ever seen. At least the Pats do. You know, it was an incredible game. It was like a big giant nail biter. It was like you watched the game and the ending. No one knew what was going to happen. Every time you thought something was going to happen, just all these twist endings. Unbelievable.
And I guess a good place to start would be the end of the game. Final drive. The Seahawks coming down. They get a miraculous catch from Curse inside the 5-yard line. I mean, first of all, I guess let's start there. Your impressions of that catch. It sort of mirrors some of the catches that beat the Patriots in the previous two Super Bowls against the Giants. Just an unbelievable play.
It was. I remember when I was watching it. And I finally saw like the line markers go down the field. I'm like, no, he didn't catch that. There's no way he caught that. It hit the ground. And then when they finally got like the replay, they finally got that angle, that close-up angle. I'm like, holy crap, he caught that.
Yeah.
It bounced off his like knee. It was like a friggin' pinball.
I was celebrating. I was like, yeah, he completed it. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He caught it?
He got it. It was like a pinball game. I'm like, it was boom, boom, and then bam, he just caught him. Like, how? Wow.
That's all you could say, really.
That was impressive.
Yeah, I was.
Way to go, Seahawks, on that one. Damn.
Like I said, I was flashing back to David Tyree and the New York Giants back in the 18-0 season, catching the ball against his helmet and holding on to it, where the Giants ended up winning the game. It was. I thought lightning had struck twice in that case. It was tough, and then,
Unbelievable.
but big but, the Patriots were able to win the ball game thanks to an interception at the 1-yard line from Malcolm Butler, the hero of Boston. That guy never has to buy dinner in the city ever again. And I guess kind of first thing I want to address, because there's been a lot of talk about it. The play call to, second down goal for the 1. The Seahawks elected to throw the ball, even though they have arguably one of the best backs in the league, Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. They elect to throw it, and of course, Malcolm Butler, much to our joy, picks off the pass. So I guess, what are your sort of thoughts on that play call there, and what would you have done in that situation?
You know, Robbie, even though I don't think I'll ever have any sort of skill to ever be a football coach, I will say this, that they should have ran it. If they ran it, I think they actually would have taken the game. The Seahawks would have won that game. They were so close to winning. It was incredible. It was wow. They could have won it. They really could have.
Yeah, just a really surprising play call. Like you said, because when you got a back like Lynch, who could just run through people. I mean,
Yeah.
why not give it to him at the 1 yard line? And then, I mean, worst case, if you don't get on second down, then you can throw it on third down. But it was just a weird play call, and the Seattle receiver didn't really help at all because he sort of just let Butler get to that ball. He didn't really. It wasn't really as physical as Butler was on that play, so that was a tough break for them. Tough break for them as well.
It was. I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I remember even hearing the coach say that he felt he regretted making that decision, and it's gonna
gonna come back to haunt him.
Yep, exactly.
But we're happy about it.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Not a bad thing for us, definitely, but I mean, on the Seahawks end of things, I mean, you can definitely see where that sort of disappointment came from and the frustration, and just took that one play. That's all it did. All it took was one play because there was so little time left on the clock. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, if they had scored, the game was pretty much over. So definitely a play call that will be talked about for years to come.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately. But now getting back to the good guys, the Patriots.
Yes.
Let's just talk about a little bit about the will that this team has to win, because they were down 24-14 entering the fourth quarter of that game, and they find a way to come back and score 2 touchdowns to win the game. And I think this has just sort of been a model with this Pats team over these last couple of years. No matter how much they're down by, you can never count them out of a game because they just seem to find ways always of coming back. You saw in the Baltimore game earlier on in the playoffs when they got down by a couple scores early, and now in this game as well, coming back from 10 down in the final quarter of that game.
Yeah, I know, right?
To just talk about what it says about that team to be able to come back like that.
I mean, it's just honestly, you're right. I mean, I think you said like most of what. They're just a great team. They just really know how to keep themselves together. And that's a hard thing for a lot of teams to do when they get when they're behind. And I think a lot of teams kind of let that kind of hinder them and hinder their performances. Whereas the Patriots and even the Seahawks, that's why I was interested in the Super Bowl to begin with, because they're both teams like that. I think they're both teams that even when the going gets rough, they still find a way to push right through. And I think I said that in one of the last episodes. But that's why I thought it was a really interesting Super Bowl to watch, because they're both teams that are kind of have that drive even when they're down.
Yeah.
So it was a very you're right. It was very
if you look at the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game, that was a miracle comeback in and of itself.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's why it was so great. I think this year to see those two teams just go against each other, because they both had incredible comebacks throughout the season. Not just like one game here and there. No. For several games they've had incredible. Incredible comebacks.
Absolutely.
And that's why the Super Bowl was probably one of the best. Actually, I'm gonna go as far as to say I think this is the best Super Bowl I have ever seen.
I would agree. I can't think of one that really tops it.
No, it's just
in terms of like sort of on the edge of your seats, nail biting excitement like that. I mean, it was incredible.
It really is. I felt like I was watching Gravity all over again, just the football version. If anyone's seen Gravity, then you'll understand what I mean. Just so you know. But anyways, so.
And so one last point that I want to cover here.
It's a good movie, by the way. Sandra Bullock, watch it. Anyways,
Tom Brady captured his 4th Super Bowl with the win against the Seahawks. Now he's 4-2, tied with Joe Montana for Super Bowl win. So I guess. The question that and a lot of people have been talking about this is Brady's legacy in terms of where does he stand right now in terms of the top quarterbacks in the NFL of all time, not just in the game today, but of all time. Because I mean, obviously, Peyton Manning is a great quarterback, but he only has one Super Bowl, and again this year couldn't even make it
yes,
out.
that's right.
Couldn't even make it out of the divisional round of the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I want to get your take on where sort of Brady stands in your mind in terms of the great quarterbacks to play in the NFL.
Well, it's kind of tough. I'll admit I don't have an extensive knowledge of the other of like a lot of the other quarterbacks in the past, but I mean, I think he's one of the best. I think he's definitely earned his spot. Like the Hall of Fame is definitely one of the. I know that's probably not a category.
Yeah.
Best quarterback of all time. But I mean, I think he's one of the greats. I think he definitely should be up there with I think the other ones. Yeah, no, he just had a lot of great calls. I think a lot of he and Belichick make a great team. You know?
Tom terrific.
Tom terrific.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To me, I'm not even going to say any more. Best quarterback of all time for me, because I mean 4 Super Bowls.
That's
just
good.
everything that he's done. I don't think there's any question. I mean, him and Manning are like, to me now, are like here's Brady and here's Manning. I mean, it's don't get me again. Like I said, Manning's a great quarterback, but in terms of the whole package, I mean, I think Brady's got it all day long. I don't think there's an argument there.
Yeah, I mean, how many other quarterbacks have won like 4 Super Bowls? Like
I think
that?
only a couple, like Joe Montana, and I don't even know.
Just they mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I don't know who else, but it's a very short list.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But obviously, just so exciting to bring another championship here to Boston, and we talk about a lot. How fortunate our sort of generation is because over the lot we've seen a championship in each sport at least once in the last 10 years.
Yeah, because before I feel like Boston teams weren't as strong as they are now. I don't think like New England Patriots. I mean, before Tom Brady it was Bledsoe, right?
Yeah, and they didn't win it all before.
No.
Brady won their first Super Bowl, and you have the Celtics, winning in 2008, Bruins in 2011. The Sox have won 3 times since 2004. So
yeah,
we're the city of champions, the hub of the universe.
Yeah. I think actually now that you mentioned that, now that I realize, because we won Super Bowls not just in like one period of time, but it was kind of like a spread amount of time. We won like a lot of Super Bowls in that, like, you're right, within those past 10 years, from beginning to end. I mean, I don't know. I think now that you kind of mentioned that, I think I might have to agree with you. Definitely to make Tom Brady, I think he definitely, at least in my book, he definitely has to be the best quarterback. I think I'm gonna actually now bump him up to that. Yeah.
All right, and one. I got 2 more questions for you. I'll start with this one. I know this season just ended, and I know there's a lot that will happen in the off season, free agency and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what are the chances of perhaps a Patriots repeat in 2015?
Oof. It's tough to say. I think it'd be kind of hard to, especially, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people, I guess, have been talking about even like Tom Brady retiring pretty soon. Is that right? Or is that
in the next few years? He's not going to retire after this year. No,
that's
he'll be
good.
back. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they could. I mean, they could probably do it. I mean, they've had a lot of great members of the team. I mean, Gronk's not going anywhere. I don't think. I hope not.
No.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I'll knock on wood for that one. See, I have a wooden cabinet over here. Knock on wood. Hopefully.
No, Gronk shouldn't be going
Stay
anywhere.
here.
I think you're right. I think if everybody, if the good core is back from this year, which I think it should be, I think you definitely have to make them early favorites to repeat. And they did actually repeat once before. They repeated in 2004 and 2005, I think it was.
Yeah.
So somewhere around that.
Oh, you're right. It was pretty close.
Because they beat Well, they beat the Rams in 2002. Then they missed the playoffs the next year, but then they won in the 03-04 season and again the 04-05 season. So,
oh, yeah, that's right.
So they have repeated before, so they have done it. So we'll see if they can, let's hope they can do it again.
Yeah.
That would be terrific.
Yeah.
Final
Great.
question.
Excuse me.
Final question, non-football related, but your thoughts on the Super Bowl commercials?
Oh, the commercials. All right. Actually, we should maybe even talk a little bit about halftime too. Eventually, do you want to?
Oh yeah, we could talk about it a little bit after. Yeah, so let's start with the commercials. Yeah, I forgot about halftime. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, we'll just have. First off, what your thoughts on the commercials?
Commercials. Okay. I had mixed feelings about them this year. I feel like some were better than others. A lot of them were. Usually in the past, like people kind of looked at the Super Bowl commercials as like, being like the really funny, the really well-made, funny commercials. And we had some good ones. Like I like the Liam Neeson, the Clash of
Clash of Clans
commercial. That was genius.
That was good.
And there were a couple other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head that were pretty funny. But a lot of them actually.
Some of them were sad.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly.
Like the puppy one for Budweiser when he
actually that wasn't too bad.
Lost, but it was sad. It was like it wasn't
emotional.
It was emotional.
It was a lot of emotional ones. Like that puppy, I could understand because they've done that the couple of years before and everything. They've done that for the past couple of years, but a lot of them were kind of bordering kind of like emotional and even a little bit depressing, and I don't know, I feel like there were a lot of those types of commercials this year, and I just kind of
the nationwide one where the kid died. The kid is died.
Oh yeah, that bathtub one with the overflowing bathtub. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the one where the kid's I could have done all these things, but now I can't because I died.
Because I died.
Yeah, that was sad. And it got a lot of controversy too.
It's like I understand if you're gonna make emotional commercials, but I don't know. I feel like the Super Bowl. I personally, this is just my opinion. I like it better when you kind of put up the funnier commercials during the Super Bowl, because it's a fun event. That's why they have things like that. That's why they have the halftime show.
Yeah.
They make a big production out of it, and it just kind of puts a damper a little bit, and the I don't know. It just puts a damper when you have all these really emotionally depressing commercials going on, and I don't know. That's just me, but.
Well, actually, you make a perfect segue. So let's get into that quickly. What were your thoughts on the halftime show, Katy Perry and Lenny Kravitz? And Missy Elliott joining in it as well. Yeah.
Missy Elliott. I didn't see that one coming, but I gotta say. Few things. Missy Elliott, I thought she was good. Yeah, I thought she actually upstaged Katy Perry personally, but.
I thought it was a good halftime show. I really did.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought her riding on that robot-looking tiger. That was kind of cool. I thought.
Oh yeah, for that song "Roar," yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. That was pretty funny. Yeah, she has a pretty good sense of humor. She has kind of these the dancing sharks. I remember at one point were there.
Yeah. That was a good show, I thought. I enjoyed it.
The only thing is, I wish, if you're going to advertise a Super Bowl with, with Katy Perry and Lenny Kravitz, can you maybe, have Lenny Kravitz play a little more than just, a lick of...
Well, he did sing I Kissed a Girl. He did sing part of I Kissed a Girl. But, you're right. He was out there for, a grand total of, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Missy Elliott was out there longer than he was, and we didn't even know she was coming.
Why didn't they just call it the Katy Perry Missy Elliott show? That would have made perfect sense. With special guest Lenny Kravitz doing a quick 30-second
Or just Katy Perry with special guest Missy Elliott and Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't. It was really strange the way they kind of advertised that, but whatever. Such is life.
Well, here on the couch, we talk about sports and we talk about entertainment too.
Yeah.
Apparently,
entertainment related.
Entertainment critics, yeah, yeah, all entertainment related to sports, of course.
Exactly.
All right, so that's gonna pretty much wrap us up here. I think we'll just skip the monologues today because I didn't prepare anything.
I got something.
Okay, go ahead.
What's that? Oh, I hear crying. Who's crying? Oh, the Bruins. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I forgot the Canadians kind of whooped their butts this past weekend, so sorry, Bruins. Maybe next time. Yeah, Canadians won, so yeah, Robbie's left there. Oh, no, he's back. Just wanted to mention that. So just a little victory over the weekend. So yeah, and I was in Canada when that happened too, so that was even better. So yeah. Go ahead, put the hate comment right below.
You done? Okay. Sorry about that. Folks, just, had to blow off some steam, so to speak. So, that's going to do it for On the Couch Talking Sports. For Kyle, who won't be back after this episode because I'm going to throw him out a window. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Don't call the cops. I'm not going to throw Kyle out a window. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, for Kyle, well, actually, first of all, respect. For your victory.
Thank you.
Alright, so, for Kyle, I'm Robbie, signing off here for On the Couch Talking Sports. Let's all just be happy the Patriots won, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See ya. We're off to watch X-Men now. See ya.
Hello, E. Come see my new movie. It's called Stolen Identity 3.
No, it's called Take Me to Church.
Take me to church.
The movie.
Take Me to Church, the movie. Original
Featuring
score by Hosier. Hosier. Is that how do you say his name?
I don't know.
Okay.
What do you look at me for? How do you think I have a freaking idea what it's doing? I don't know. What's his name is? His name could be Bill for all I know. I don't know.
No, it's actually, I think that's his name. It's like something Hosier. I just forget the. I don't know.
Whatever.
Just some guy named
Let's
Hosier.
play. Let's do it. Let's play. What am I talking about?
We just
Play ball.
We go from Hosier to sports. I love it.
Yes.